June 1965. Nguyen Cao Ky becomes the flamboyant premier of South Vietnam. Where is America's controversial ally today?
Who is on first? What are you asking me for?
Abbott and Costello brought laughter to the world, but ended up broke. Whatever happened to burlesque's famous funny men?
Malcolm Jamal Warner, Jane Wyman, and Corbin Burnson take us down memory lane.
And we flash back to 40 years of tempting treats. Next on Memories Then and Now.
Sun comes up, sun goes down. Life goes on while the world goes round. It's a story that's been running for thousands years. Faces change, but not the hopes and fears. They say life goes on, and you can't go back again. But like an old sweet song with a strong refrain, the memories remain.
Hello, I'm Chuck Scarborough.
And I'm Catherine Kinley. Welcome to Memories Then and Now.
When they hit their peak in 1942, they were a bigger box office draw than Jimmy Cagney, Cary Grant, Humphrey Bogart, and Spencer Tracy.
Bud Abbott began his career as a kid working in carnivals. Lou Costello was a movie carpenter and stuntman. And when they became a team in the early 1930s, they turned a burlesque background into radio and movie magic.
On this week's Then and Now, Abbott and Costello. Then their comedy made them the highest paid actors in Hollywood. Now their classics are finding a whole new audience.
He's in the army now, I'm blowing reveille. He's the boogie-woogie bugle boy of Company B.
Then is 1941, and the Andrews Sisters drum up national spirits with a tune to pump up the war effort. Boogie Woogie Bugle Boy is from the hit film Buck Privates, starring a hot new comedy team. The comics are Bud Abbott and Lou Costello, and their humor is pure burlesque.
What do you think of that? That gives me an idea. Turn on the heat and get me in the army, will you? So, all right, down. Well, what are you waiting for?
Universal spends under $200,000 to make Buck Privates, and it brings in nearly $10 million at the box office. Those kinds of numbers make Abbott and Costello the highest paid stars in America, and we can't get enough of them.
I'm a bad boy.
The Boys, as they are fondly referred to, will make 36 films in 15 years, saving the troubled Universal Studios and earning the comedy team over $25 million. Still, they don't forget their friends from burlesque, which by the late 40s is dead. Bud's nephew Norman remembers the days when the team was on top.
Always someone sleeping from the old days in the guest house. And Lou, the same thing. Lou had a wonderful pool house over on Longridge Avenue. And Lou was very sweet and kind to them all. And they'd always try and find good parts in the pictures for them. It was always, it was always peppered with their old pals.
And those old burlesque friends help keep things light on the set, as these rarely seen bloopers from their best film show.
Isn't she beautiful? Do you think so? The way I feel right now, anybody's beautiful. What's the matter? Classic. What? Got peachy.
In the 50s, the Boys turn their attention to television and become early stars of the little screen. At first, they are guest hosts of the Colgate Comedy Hour, making 20 appearances in 5 years. Then they move on to produce their own show. The new medium brings their best material to a larger audience, including their best-known routine of all, the classic, Who's on First?
Second, I don't know who's on third. You the manager? Yes. You know the guy's name? I sure. Let's tell me the guy's name. I say, who's on first, what's on second? I don't know who's on third. You the manager? Then go, yes. You know the guy's name? I'm telling you their name. Well, who's on first? Yeah. Well, go ahead and tell me. Who? The guy on first. Who? The guy playing first base. Who? The guy on first. Who is on first? What are you asking me for? I'm asking you. You know, now, I'm a good catcher. Now, I get behind a plate, and then tomorrow pitching on my team, and a heavy hitter gets up. Yes. Now, when he gets up, me being a good catcher, I want to throw the guy out at first base. So the guy punts the ball. I pick up the ball. I'm going to throw the guy out at first base, so I pick up the ball and throw it to who? Now, that's the first thing you've said right. I don't even know what I'm talking about.
By the mid-50s, Abbott and Costello's burlesque routines begin to feel warm, and the audience tires of the team. Saddled with huge tax problems, they call it quits as a duo in 1957. Lou Costello passes away less than a year later, leaving Bud Abbott to face his declining years alone. He is visited by the Today Show towards the end of his life and replays the old routine without his partner.
For instance, I'd say, who's on first? I'm explaining the players.
Yeah.
Who's on first? What's on second? I don't know who's on third.
Well, if I'm going to work with this team, I'd like to know who's on first.
That's right. That's what I mean. That's what I'm trying to explain to you.
Well, what?
Well, what's on second?
What? Well, who's on first?
That's right. Now,
What's right?
now what's on second?
Look, I don't care.
Well, that's on third now. Wait a minute, you're a little mixed up, Steve.
Abbott and Costello are long gone now, but their humor lives on. Today, they have found a whole new audience who were not even born when the team was working. Fans like Steve Cox, author of the Abbott and Costello scrapbook, who expect the pair to enjoy a big revival.
I think that there's going to be a lot happening with Abbott and Costello. Yeah, because their routines are timeless. In the 30-some movies that they did, you know, there's a few clinkers in there, but a lot of them are very good. Really good classic comedy for a Saturday afternoon.
What'd you say? I don't give a darn. Oh, that's a shortstop.
Well, to give you an idea how times have changed in the movie business, in 1941, Abbott and Costello's Buck Privates was considered a huge success by grossing $10 million. Today, a box office smash can earn 15 times that amount in its first week of release.
We'll be right back with Malcolm Jamal Warner, Jane Wyman, and Corbin Burnson's favorite memories.